Hey everyone, it's me again. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for round 2 with Scrap the World's Christmas Pocket Letter Swap. This time I am in clean group number 2. So I was watching Tamika's post on her video of her live. I wasn't on the actual live, but I saw her post afterwards. And she was saying that she needed a few people to help fill in to complete the swap so that she could start on the reveals. So if you refer to my previous video, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is an ATC swap for a pocket letter. We had to create an ATC, and she assigned us a letter in the word Christmas. And my letter in the previous video was the letter I, and so I created an ATC for my group using the letter I on my ATC, and I sent that in before Christmas. Now she is in need of someone else, and you know what? I had originally made these ATCs for the swap. And when I was done with it, I looked back at it and I was like, you know, I really don't like this. And so I started over. And so she actually has my second idea. And I had all of these these ATCs just sitting in a pocket sleeve. And I'm like, what am I going to do with these? You know, so when the call went out that she needed people, I contacted her and said, hey, I sent her a picture of what I had. And she's like, yes, please send them. And so I'm like, okay. And I'm like, what letter do you want me to have? And she, oh gosh. I had the letter I again. I was like, okay. So, you guys, the letter I is really difficult to design around. I mean, there aren't too many words that you can use that start with the letter I that are Christmas themed. Like, I came up with like igloo. There's nothing, you can't find anything for igloo. Ice, icicle, insulation. I mean, those are the words that I was coming up with. And I was like, no, none of those are going to work. So I went back to my original design and I decided that I was going to try and make that work. Let me show you what I did with that. I have it in this resealable bag that looks like it has snowflakes on it. So I thought that was appropriate. So I used that. And so this is what I have. This is my original design for the letter I. And I was going to do icy for it, but I used icy on the one that I entered. So on this one, I made some changes. I didn't have this icicle here on it. I had this bow on it. And when I stepped back, I really didn't like it that much. And so I put it to the side and started over. So this I, first of all, I created with my Cricut. It's on some red foil paper. And this is actually a shaker. And the dies that I used for that were these two dies right here from my stash. And that is actually the inside of that I used for the label, showing the information for this swap. And I used this green glitter paper that I got from Joann. And the deer inside of here is these deers here. It's 3 deer in one die. And so when you cut them out, you're cutting all 3 of them out at the same time. So some of them, the deer is on this side, and some of them, the deer is facing the other way. And so the letter will be on this side. So it is a shaker, and there are some snowflakes in there. And I have the ice here that I took off of this die set here of the Santa and the falling into the chimney. I used this piece right here, and then I did glitter it up, but you can't see it too well with all this light, but you can see some of it popped up here. So there is glitter on it to resemble ice or icicles. And so that's what I use for my letter I. This little vehicle here is from the My Little Christmas packages you get from Hobby Lobby. I added some diamond dots in different colors on the tree. And then I also have some gems on the hubcaps. So this is what I made, and it is on some buffalo check paper. And I used some thin foam for the shaker. And on the back side, she wanted you to answer 6 questions. So my social media name is Solo Crafts on Instagram and YouTube. And she asked what your crafty style is, and I really don't particularly have one. I can craft in any style, so I just put lots of layers and bling because I like to add that to my projects. And she wanted you to put the state you lived in, which is California. My favorite treat is Ferrero Rocher. Anything that has hazelnuts in it and chocolate is my favorite. A $5 item you would love to have, gems and gem stickers and foam tape. I couldn't narrow it down to one. So I put them both on there. A quirk of yours, I turn on the TV when I need to take a nap. And not necessarily when I want to take a nap, but my husband, sometimes he wants to watch those Hallmark movies and I will fall asleep. I'm gonna say, oh, you fell asleep again. I can't help you guys. TV really bores me sometimes. I mean, I just can't help it. I fall asleep. So, yeah, so that's what I created. Then, of course, put it in this bag. Seal it up. And I'm going to put it in here. And the treat is in here. And it's funny because the treat that, or the goodie that I have in here was also original to what I was going to submit and then didn't. So this paper here for the pouch is the same paper that I used for my other pouch in the first one. And I used the green one in the first one. I used the red one this time around. Actually, no, this is the red one that I used this time around. And the paper is embossed, and you can see it on this side. When I added this gem, it's like glass to the flap, and I also added a glitter poinsettia in silver. I just used whatever I had in my stash. So back to this paper, as you can see, it looks like it's right side up here, like Santa and his reindeer. But then when you turn it to the other side, if you can see the antlers are upside down, it was upside down. So to remedy that, I decided to go ahead and use this filigree die from Anna Griffin, and it covered this pouch up very nicely. And I did make this pouch based on the goodie that was in here, the size of the goodie that was in here. I also added this snowflake, and I put it on a sticky dot so that you can remove it if you wanted to, and I put a gem on it. And the reason why I did that is because Valentine's Day is coming up, and you may be able to reuse this pouch to house a goodie or something else like that, something you want to give away to somebody else. And I did use the silver holographic paper on this instead of the gold. So that's what I created. And just so you guys know, for those of you who haven't seen my previous video, this is the sleeve that I'm going to use for this clean group. This is the clean group, and I had the letter I, so when you get all your swap partners ATCs in here, it's going to spell out Christmas. So it's CHRISTMAS. So this is where my pocket letter is going to go. So that's how it's going to look. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me again. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about anything I've created for this swap, please go ahead and leave your comments down below and I will get back to you. If you like this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell just in case you want to know whenever I upload videos. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for your support, and I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Bye for now.